everything's done good for all the trouble we've had this year with weather, and so it's just we're just holding on right now, trying to drag it across the finish line.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a really good thing.
I will be glad when I can turn them over.
Bert, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at on this field, what we've seen, what your thoughts are, and where we're at.
Overall, the health of this field is very good, especially considering the challenges that had early season with a lot of water. Uh, after it got planted, and then Mother Nature turned the spigot off, and it kind of dried things up. So you hadn't had a lot of water during the season. We're at lap, except for a few places where our four-legged predators have come in and grazed a little bit. But overall, where they didn't bother them, we're at lap. We got a good pegging going on. As far as what we're seeing out here, right now, we've got very low disease pressure. I walked this field earlier today, saw very little late leaf spot coming on. Saw one or two little spots of tomato mosaic virus, and that's kind of confined to an area where we had a thrip blow up earlier in the year because it's transmitted by thrips. In some of the low-lying areas, we are seeing some sulfur deficiencies. The leaves are turning pale in the upper part of the canopy. We're about to rectify that here pretty quick because we've got about 6 weeks or so before we want to start turning them. So we want to be able to give the nuts that are already pegged down and gotten up underneath the soil line an opportunity to get filled out properly so he'll have a gradable nut. But overall, considering all the challenges this field has had, it is in exceptionally good condition. And
it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it's I'm going to be excited to see when when he gets them dug and run through the combine, what he gets because I think he's got a pretty good crop going on out here.
Oh, he definitely do. Now you had a lot of problems last year. This year it's not been so bad, has it?
No, we fixed all that.
Last year, for y'all, those of y'all on farm, like most of y'all will know, Dan Morgan been here with us since day one. Last year, you had a total nightmare in one field.
Total loss.
It was a total loss, not the first peanut peg, nothing.
Well, it was probably, I think I picked maybe about 300 pounds a day.
So that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And you and I dealt with it most of the year. Yeah. And it was something that could not be dealt with. And no matter how hard you tried, you weren't going to fix it.
So I should have stopped. I should have stopped right from the beginning and not put another cent in.
Yeah. No, I agree entirely. It was one of those things that, until you fight that battle, you don't know what you had. Right? Now, you also had an exceptional field.
Yes.
And when the way that field went, Lord.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that it turned out like it did. Of course, it was a small field, but if we could just figure out what happened in that field and put it on everything else, I'd be very happy.
What was your yield on that field? I know it was a small field, but what was your average yield on that?
It picked almost 8,000 pounds.
And then your average last year, though, minus the bad field, was not bad to begin with.
No, it wasn't. Everything, the double crop peanuts from last year, they did around 4,500 pounds. And so the other, put in the loss on the other half of it, and that one little field, like I say, it wasn't but maybe an acre and a half in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't.
No, you can't. And that's just one of the things. Well, Bert, we had a fun week, haven't we?
We have. We've seen a lot of different crops, talked to a lot of different people. It's nice to come here and take a look at something that it really has pulled itself through. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up that we got to try some cow boar over here this year.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
We did basically a split field trial, and we're going to be taking a look at it The overall health of the plant seems to be very, very good. It's hard to see a real difference from this field across the turn row. We're hoping that it's going to shine through on the grade for him because we're able to get calcium and boron into that peanut plant through a foliar application. It's going to be real interesting to see because I really want to make an impression here so that we can start getting guys on a more complete program, rolling in biology as well as a few other different foliars so that we can put this good dirt we got here underneath our feet into some real high production techniques and make these guys some good money.
Yeah. These peanuts they're looking good. We dug a few today.
Yep.
I mean, we're filling out. We're starting to look good. Yeah, there's a few pictures of it here. Dan, what's been your biggest challenge this year?
Starting out wet weather, and then went from wet weather to drought and deer.
Tell everybody now, this field we're in, as you guys can see, she's showing you the pictures right now. Well, now that's
somebody.
That's Gerard. This field we're in right now, where we're standing right this minute, was underwater when you planted it, correct?
No, we're right on the edge of it, right?
It was right.
Yeah, about 100 yards right over there.
This field was pretty much drowned it out at one point.
Yeah. Man, I will tell you, it's 14 and a half inches at one rain is hard to.
I don't care who you are, that's tough.
Row your boat.
Yes. And then we kept getting, an inch later and, an inch and a half, 2 inches. It just kept on like that for, I know, good month.
And then it turned off. We went, 3 months? Well, 2 months?
4, yeah.
With no rain whatsoever, nothing. Not a drop.
Yeah, it was. It's been an interesting year. There was a lot of times that you come out here and the tops of these would be just turned white. They were wilting down pretty bad.
They haven't been wilting lately, have they?
No, we've been real fortunate. When you were here, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
We got almost 4 inches of rain since you left. So why didn't you come early?
Well, it seems the rain.
Yeah.
The rain has kind of followed us the last 3 days. We left out of here Monday morning. We headed down to the lovely location of Florida City, Homestead. We had a lot of fun down there. We spent some time with Five Brothers Produce and Dave Torbert with Torbert Farms. Got to see a neat processing plant.
Yes, we did.
Some beautiful squash. That will be on a live next Wednesday night. We'll have some video. We'll have Dave Torbert on here with us. We'll have some fun with that. I think my favorite part of the whole trip was the green bean room.
Me too. It was 50 degrees and about 40% humidity. If they'd have given me a comfortable chair, I could have stayed in there the rest of the day.
Oh, absolutely. It was, Dan, they were packing a 1 pound bag. It was 1 pound, right?
Correct.
1 pound bag. They were doing 60 a minute. Well, this machine was dropping them just like that. And the more we sat there, it was like, And then we went to the squash packing line. They have probably a top of the line setup there. They really do. We left out of there, then we headed up to El Glade. Look at a little sugar cane and a little sod. Well, then we kind of worked our way back this way.
Life on the road can be grueling.
Yes, it can. And we got a busy week next week.
Yes, we do. A lot of information to get out, a lot of training.
Yeah, we do. Gonna be a lot of fun too.
Oh, we make it a point to have fun.
Definitely. Well, now, Nicole, have we lost Kelly somewhere along the line?
All the trouble we've had this year.
Kelly just messaged me. She's blaming Carter for her Chrome not working. And so she just had me text her the link. So I'm assuming she's going to hop on her phone. But yes, she shall be making an appearance sometime shortly.
Really? They go up when I get that close to the camera.
All righty then.
Hey, there are several things that we know about this trip this week. I will not use the GPS anymore when we drive. Just say.
Why is that?
Well, it didn't work very well.
It was ornery.
We kind of went around and about to get to where we were going.
Well,
I'm
men
having
normally
to do something real
listen
quick,
directions
Nicole.
very
Hold on just a
quickly.
second. Hold on, I'm having to fix something.
That's a nice shot of your chin there, Brandon.
What?
We lost audio. I was having to fix the audio.
Oh, okay.
So, Brent, while we're waiting on Kelly to figure out where we're at with Kelly, tell us a little bit about what you got going on this week.
Yeah, man. Another busy week around here. Tomorrow, we're not going to be having our regular Thursday evening music live stream like we've been doing. We've got something else going on tomorrow night, but we're going to be having a special ag-specific live stream tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to bring on Cheryl Scolas, who's with the University of Wisconsin Center for Ag Safety and Health. She's going to join me to talk about some harvest safety tips. So it's that time of year again. Everybody's going to be heading out in the fields. And so we're going to talk about things to be aware of when you're working around your equipment, when you're handling grain, around the grain bins. And so I hope everybody will stop what they're doing and check that out. If you don't have time to stop and check what you're doing, it's going to be archived. So make sure when you do get some time that you come back and give that a listen. Again, that's going to be 4 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow afternoon. And Cheryl's been doing this for a long time, and she's been educating people primarily around Wisconsin, but also across the nation on harvest safety tips. So hope everybody will check that out. I'm also hard at work here, and we'll be, after I jump off here again, putting the finishing touches on episode 70 of the podcast. Brian Robertson, the CEO of Estes Performance Concaves, is going to be on with me, talk about things you should keep in mind when you're preparing your combines for the field. He also talks about the company's new XPR2 performance concaves, and here they're drawing some pretty good reviews. So we've got him on there to talk about that. We're also going to be hearing from U.S. Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue on his thoughts on China's recent commodity purchases, and also his feelings on whether China is going to ultimately live up to its end of the phase one agreement commitments here. Everybody said that they might be late to the table in making some of these purchases, and they had a really big corn purchase here toward the end of July, and we're seeing some signs that it could get there. But bear in mind, they were 60% off of the $35 billion that they were supposed to be at by the end of the year. So still anybody's guess how close they're going to get to that actual number. But we've got Sonny on there, Chuck Grassley on there talking about it. Also, Colin Peterson, who is the chair of the House Ag Committee, is going to be talking about the ethanol industry. That's kind of fallen on some hard times here of late here as people are driving less, and we're having some issues there. So all those guys weigh in on that. And then we're going to have the music of Ben Fuller. And I apologize to Ben. That was the guy whose name I blanked on last week when we were talking. Ben was an incredible guest for us last Thursday night for the music live stream. He's a guy who has a really powerful testimony, powerful music. He has struggled with drug addiction, and he's a country music artist, singer, songwriter out of Nashville by way of a Vermont dairy farm, and just a really, really genuine, really great guy. He's doing a lot to use his music to reach people who have drug addictions, alcohol addictions, whatever their addiction may be. He has worked a lot with treatment centers around the country and other places to inspire people, and his story is really powerful. So I hope everybody will check that out. Hey, didn't get a chance to check out the live stream last Thursday. That's still archived on the Fast Line, and Fastline Fast Track Facebook pages. So hope everybody go and check those things out. Our next music live stream is going to be next Tuesday, September 8th. We're going to start moving those to Tuesdays. Then we're going to flip flop those with the ag live streams. Because we're doing some charting stuff and we need a full week of charting to be able to do that. So we're going to move those to Tuesdays. We've got a sister duo called the Render Sisters. They're out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and they were raised on a farm down there, and they're being mentored by Pam Tillis. And Pam actually co-directed their most recent video here, and they're incredible up and coming country music stars. So everybody will come and check that out next Tuesday. That's going to be at 7:00 Eastern, 6 Central, and we'll have some fun with the Render Sisters. And we've got a lot. We're kind of getting into our fall lineup of all these music live streams here, and I've got a pretty packed fall of these. I'm really excited about. We're going to bring in Alicia Nugent, a big star in the bluegrass world, also honky tonker Scott Southworth. And then Ray Scott, if you like some great traditional country music, Ray Scott's one of the best ones out there doing it. I have him there. Southern Halo, Kevin Jaggers, and a few surprises I'm working on. So I hope everybody will come check those things out on Tuesday nights. And then episode 71, we're already hard at work on the podcast. And, a couple of weeks ago, we had John Deere on there talking about how they were adapting for the fall virtual farm shows. Well, we didn't want to leave the red guys out, so I've got Case IH on there coming up next week on 71, talking about what they're doing behind the scenes to prepare for all these virtual farm shows. So I'm going to be having that discussion with them tomorrow, and you'll hear that next Friday. So red guys, don't despair. I've got you covered too.
That'll work perfect. I like that idea. Now, Brent or Nicole, we cannot see the comments. So if somebody asks a question that we need to answer, we cannot see the comments. I've got to figure out how we're going to fix that, Nicole. But if there's a comment, if there's comments that we could answer, or if they're just making
Kelly says my computer decided to update, and she's swearing via text.
I don't think that was an internet issue.
I never knew of an update.
It's preparing to update. Yeah.
It's preparing to update.
And I told her to go on her phone, and now her phone doesn't have signal, and she's trying to use her phone as a hotspot to get her internet to work, but it won't work because she's supposed to have Chrome, but she already has Chrome. And so, Kelly's just having a bad day today.
Kelly's having a bad week. And for all of you guys, Kelly needs prayers. They've had a death in the family. It's been a rough week for them. By the way, Brent, you're going to get a laugh out of this, and I'm sure he's probably watching. I was talking to Derek a few minutes ago on the way into the field, and all of a sudden he says, I got to go, and hangs up.
Uh-oh.
Then he texts me back that the young one was learning how to skydive.
Uh-oh.
And not like the skydive that we listened to yesterday.
Well,
so
with three young ones upstairs above me right now, I know what he speaks of. Every
yes,
morning they wake up, it's just a perpetual kamikaze mission.
Brent, what have you heard on National Farm Machinery Show? We're seeing it still a go. National Farm Machinery Show, and
it's still a go as far as I know. As a matter of fact, I've got a meeting about it tomorrow afternoon, so we're going to be kind of kicking that around again. I should know some more here by the end of the week, what things are looking like there. I've talked with quite a few people involved with Commodity Classic in the past week who assure me that that's a go as of right now too. So the two big ones right there in February both look to be like they're in stable footing. I tell you what, the one sticking point for the National Farm Machinery Show, though, at this point might be the fact that there's still a triage unit set up in the south wing of the Kentucky Exposition Center right now that was set up at the outset of COVID. And the governor to this point hasn't given the orders to take it down yet. And I think they're kind of biding their time, waiting to see what the next few weeks is going to look like in terms of, is there going to be some sort of a spike? Is this thing going to die down? Is there going to be a vaccine? What's things going to look like? And they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right at the minute, because you've got, it seems like this thing is forever far away. We're talking about it's September, and that's not till February. But, for logistics and planning purposes, it's going to get to the point where they're going to have to pull the trigger pretty soon, because, there's a lot of people that have to start allocating funds out of budgets and making decisions and, booking rooms and planning travel. So there's a whole lot that goes into that, plus ordering all your conference materials and so forth. So there's a lot that's going to have to be decided pretty quickly, I think, with that. But all indications right now are that it's a go. I know as far as our operation, we're planning a contingency in case something happens and it has to go virtual. So we're not caught flat-footed, but that's kind of where we stand on it right now. Did I do a good enough job of talking you through that?
Do what?
Did I do a good enough job of talking you through whatever crisis you were dealing with there?
That was an absolute perfect. What did Kelly say now?
She says, "Not my week. Trying to reboot the computer."
Well, that means
she's sending me pictures, screenshots of her computer errors.
But see, that's the good thing. Kelly can't come on and show pictures from Savannah and from other places, so we're good.
But I can, Brandon. I can. Because I'm producing the show and I have the pictures.
One can doesn't mean one should.
Actually, I'm going to tell you what, that was actually a fun. If I had not have seen what Matt did that day, and I have no idea what Kelly has done, but I know what Kelly is capable of. Matt sat on that bench, and there's Forrest Gump sitting next to him, and you can't tell it's Photoshop. That was cool. And I am scared. Yeah, there it is right there.
Good grief.
Matt is pretty good at Photoshop, though how he has time to Photoshop images when he is preparing for corn harvest is a question I cannot answer.
Oh, Kelly will have a few choice words about that one, I'm sure.
Oh, Kelly might be coming.
All right.
Popping up. We'll see if this works.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Kelly.
Hold on. I got something that I need right now. Hold on a second. Just hold on.
Why are you wearing a Tennessee hat? Kelly? Are you in there, Kelly? You probably did go get the bourbon.
This is how my week's
You
going.
did go get the bourbon. And
This is a bottle of wine and it's 5 liters.
Kelly, we're sweating in a peanut field and you're not sharing bourbon?
This is not bourbon. It's a giant 5-liter bottle of wine.
So we're not. Just get a barrel of wine, Kelly. That'll work perfect. Kelly, tell us a little bit about how your week has gone so far. I like that.
That's how my week's gone so far. It's not. Well, homeschool 101. That's loads of fun. Let's see, what else have we been doing? Matt and Zach have been getting the combine ready. The tractor, everything's ready to go. We're just waiting on it to stop raining again.
Are you serious? It's still raining there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got clear skies in here in just a minute. Well, the moon will be coming up in just a second. The moon comes from the east, Dan. It comes from that way. Oh yeah, there's no cloud.
It's still raining.
Do what?
Yeah, it's raining.
Hey, this full moon must be related to your twin
What's
sister,
today?
Mother Nature.
I'm on my 3rd day of Wednesday.
You're on your what?
Yeah, she's on a. I said I'm on my 3rd day of a Monday.
Well, hey, I promise you, we're not far from that either.
Megan McDowell says court
Let's see
sister.
what else. Yeah, my grandfather passed away yesterday. On the same day, I found out I have to have major surgery soon, and I can't eat a lot of food. And there's this guy.
Which one do I get? This one or this one?
Y'all, Carter Griggs is making an appearance. Like,
Hi,
oh my God,
Carter.
you're on Farm Life Live. Why are you half naked?
Hey, Leslie.
Why do the kids always show
Can I
up
send
half
him to
naked?
you guys?
Carter.
I don't know.
All right, Kelly, have you got
Yeah.
pictures you got any of the beautiful pictures that you took from up here? Other than the one of me in the
Yes,
park.
That's so good. I'm
Lots
sorry.
of
Show the one in the
black
park. There it is. Oh, that makes me happy every time I see it. Oh, and there's Matt, where he's photoshopped next to Forrest Gump. Just love it. It's so good. No, I gave Nicole the ones I had off my phone. Like I said, my computer has decided that it wants to update. So, yeah, there's that. And the one out of Dansfield's I haven't done yet. And Matt's, I think, going to try and download that drone video that he shot too soon.
Oh, that
So I'll
drone
have
footage
that
will
as
be
well.
cool. That drone footage will be some good
But
footage.
yeah,
Kelly,
Peanuts.
how is it?
There it
How
is.
is it looking on your end of the world
Yeah.
around Humboldt, Tennessee, on the fields?
On the fields, pretty much everybody's ready to go for corn. Maybe Friday. I know I haven't talked to Matt yet. He just walked in to have dinner, so hoping to start corn this week, and then everything else is looking good, like really good, because we finally got that rain, and the double crop beans needed it badly. So I think we're good to go. We're just sitting on Mother Nature and hoping it stops raining so we can get in the fields.
Sweet.
And then I'm gonna bring
Well,
Rodney with me. Me and Rodney gonna
next
hang out in
Wednesday
the
night.
tractor.
Do what?
I said, me and Rodney, we gonna hang out in the tractor.
Ah. Next Wednesday night, we will be live from Missouri. Next Wednesday night.
Okay. So are you gonna fly to Jackson and then
Yeah,
come by?
not everyone cheer at once. I may go live from Lambert, to be honest. I thought about going live at Lambert's next Wednesday night so I can have rolls while we do the show.
I am no longer. No, we're not friends anymore.
Kelly, I will eat a roll just for you on camera.
Oh, how sweet is that?
And I might even FedEx you what's left of the roll so you'll have a little bit.
Thank you so much. It's so sweet. Just so sweet. Love it.
I love there's so much
Kelly,
love.
I gotta tell you, your camera is glitching, but your audio is not. And so you're just randomly glitching on like the best facial expressions, just like 3 seconds all the time. I'm cracking up because they don't match what you're saying, but it's so funny.
I'm here to entertain. Great. I'll have to go back and watch it because it'll be probably pretty funny. I don't know why my computer is not working. This has just been, like I said, it's been a Monday times 3. It's like Groundhog Day all over again. So
Yeah, that's what Dan just said. Dan, we've kind of said the same thing. We drove
It's
about
got to be
500
that.
miles yesterday, and absolutely nothing was exactly where it was supposed to have been. We went. If you've ever been in a sugarcane field, you do not, under any circumstance, trust GPS.
Yep.
25 miles in sugarcane fields of closed gates.
Look, we had to drive behind you. Look, I'm going to tell you right now.
Over yonder? Or just over that way a little bit?
I would rather trust GPS. Matt can agree with me on that one. Carter, over yonder.
Over yonder. We went an hour away.
It was not an hour
Carter's
away,
in the back seat,
Greg.
like,
It was 10 minutes away.
Yes, it was an hour and 25 minutes and 23 seconds. An hour and 23 minutes and 27 seconds.
because we had to hear it in the car the entire time. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
We
He
walked
said,
out
over
of
yonder.
Pocket.
Are we there yet?
We
He
were going
lied.
to Hilltonia Perkins Road. Well, first off, Benji Anderson, you never, ever listen to Benji Anderson for directions.
Like Matt was like, "Are we going down a logging road or is this an actual road?"
No,
You're in the middle of
Benji told
nowhere.
us to turn on Roberts Bridge Road. He said the field is on Roberts Bridge Road. You turn right, go across Beaver Dam. It's the first dirt road on the right, and immediately make a right.
Where the old red barn used
So first off, there is no dirt road on Roberts Road until you get to 24.
Yeah.
Come to find out, you go down Hilltonia Perkins Road, go past Roberts Bridge Road, 5 miles till you see Beaver Dam Road, then you pass that, then you make a right, another right. It's only 12 miles out of the way, so I guess that fits the same category of mine. It's over there.
Don't you guys have square miles over there?
It's over yonder.
to. Yeah, over yonder.
No, I think my true
Over
word
yonder.
that I said was it's just a little ways over there. Over yonder
Pretty
would have been
much.
over an hour's trip, hour and a half.
I mean, over yonder is either, an hour away or Michigan.
Michigan.
It's kind of broad.
I think Carter will agree with that one. It's Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, but let me driving around southwest or southeast Georgia.
It's
there's
exactly.
like
Dan
nothing.
said it's like swinging by somewhere.
There's-
I'll only be a minute.
Yeah. Well, we all do that. How many times has somebody said, I'll only be in the field a minute longer? Kelly?
It's not like when Brandon says,
hour
hey,
later.
I'll call you in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll call you right back.
No,
That can be a minute.
5 hours later.
It can be 5 hours.
Yeah,
it can
that's
be
not true.
3 days later.
Days.
Yep.
Or maybe that's just me and Kelly.
Yeah, it's
Grass.
just me and him.
No, I think that pretty much.
Life.
I think that pretty much sums me up a lot of times.
We forget.
Pretty much it does. Yeah, so it was fun. It was interesting to sit and talk to other farmers. I know Matt enjoyed it. He got to talk to people and really listen or learn about peanuts and stuff. And of course I was just out taking pictures and Carter was just complaining about the bugs and wanting to go somewhere. So typical Carter.
Georgia. Okay.
What are they discussing?
Okay. What was your absolute favorite thing, Kelly? Don't worry about us. We're talking about a skunk ape out here in the field.
Scum.
Let me see. Definitely the Andersons, their farm is really cool because they have it's kind of like mass chaos of farming. And but it's so cool. Like it's just
Yes, it
really
is.
neat.
It absolutely is.
You got
And if for everybody out there, if you don't know Benji and Garrett Anderson, you've missed out on probably some of the best people you could ever meet. and then you throw their daddy into the mix, Mr. Danny.
Legend.
And,
He's a legend.
you know,
it was fun because we got to see, like, I've never seen tobacco before, so we got to see tobacco, and then the hemp fields that they're doing, and then just driving around looking at all the different crops that Georgia has. And that was probably my favorite, is just seeing the different, like, I've never seen peanuts before. I've never seen tobacco, and hemp, of course, up front. So it's exciting to go do that and learn about other people's crops and stuff. And then meeting up with Ryan and that dinner. I think I need to recover from that dinner for like 3 days after that. That was amazing. It's literally one of the best restaurants in the middle of nowhere, and you can't get in. That's crazy.
Now
Now they're gonna argue about it.
Wait a minute, hold
Yeah,
on. Wasn't I the best part of your trip?
Trying to follow you in a truck is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
You passed me. You passed me and stuck your tongue out and waved at me as you come past.
And Carter, I think at one point was trying to moon you, I think. That was when Matt took a giant nap in the back. Carter
I will tell you this. When we all went to the beach, I felt a little out of place on the beach.
Beach.
Y'all should have told me it was not a nude beach before we got there.
Yeah, so then the cops showed up. That was a lot of fun. That was fun. Telling Brandon get off the beach.
Well, they did. Some lady rolled me over, knocked me down, and this old guy started throwing water on me while somebody was yelling, "Call SeaWorld."
No, actually, he was.
They already had one like me, so they didn't need another.
Go figure. Me and Carter and Teresa were out, like, putting our toes in the water, and Brandon's over talking to the lifeguards. Like, really? And Teresa's like, that's what he does. He always talks to everybody. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be here 4 hours now.
Really? I was watching the idiots that were a mile out on the sandbar and the tide coming back in, trying to figure out how they were going to swim back across when the tide come back in.
Yeah, that was really neat. I didn't even know that existed over there, and that's crazy. So
I had no idea. I don't remember that sandbar. Honestly, I do not ever remember that sandbar being that big. It was over that long.
Yeah, stuff has changed a whole lot.
Well, it's been a few years since I've been there, like 1 or 2 or 20, 30.
30. Yeah, it definitely changes after that many years.
So,
Matt, I don't think he can hear me. He changed brakes today on the 18-wheeler. Come here, please.
So is Matt covered with brake dust?
No, he already took a shower. He was covered in his own sweat for a while. Yeah, it was bad.
Well,
it was bad.
Kelly,
today.
you guys, I know it's depending a lot on the rain. If you guys get some good weather, how many days, now that there's no Tennessee football, how many days do you think you guys will have till you get corn shell?
I have no Tennessee football. No, I think there is Tennessee football. Isn't there Tennessee football? As of right now, there's Tennessee football. The SEC is the only ones playing.
Well, then there goes your corn harvest, Kelly.
No, that's more like cotton harvest. What'd you say?
It's Tennessee. You can listen to it on the radio and be just as disappointed.
I think the Big 12. Yeah. Won't be able to hear me yelling at him. I think he said the Big 12 and the ACC are playing too. So it looks like there is some college football on Saturdays.
That'll be a good thing.
I'll give some people something to do, I guess.
Is the Big Ten still playing?
No,
No.
Big Ten did not play.
Big Ten. See, I don't keep up with things.
I think I did see Big Ten did not play.
Yeah, Big
Yeah,
Ten
I
and
don't-
Pac-12 are both out for right
Wow.
now.
I just got to scroll across my screen. Tom Seaver died.
Oh man,
Yeah, it just came up just a second ago.
man, what a bummer.
Not another one. Oh.
Like that song
Yeah.
Brady posted, "Wake me up when 2020 ends."
Yeah, that was good.
Seriously. I'm over it. Over. Done.
Well, gang, we're gonna get out of here because, as y'all can see, I don't want the agronomist over here to melt because we need him the rest of this year. We've still got something to look at.
And his
We
shirt
got
is the
some
same
other
color
things
now.
to do.
His
And-
shirt is the same color now.
Yes.
Sweat. I am sweating. You just can't see
He
it.
just has a dark material.
Yeah.
Hey, and we're gonna do that wing challenge soon. As soon as I get
Yeah.
those sauces. So
Well, you got to get the sauce first.
Ed told me that there's just problems shipping because everything is either going your regular 2-day is now going to 5 days. So even if you overnight it, it still wouldn't have been here. And I'm not paying $50 to do that and have them not get it here on time.
It absolutely is. Dan said it's like tractor parts.
Pretty
You
much.
order it from John Deere today, and you'll get it you paid $35 for tomorrow, but it shows up next Saturday.
Yeah, if it's in Atlanta, it'll
Yeah.
be 7 days.
It's awful. But
Are you serious?
we're gonna do what I guess
Oh, look. Yeah, the moon's coming up.
oh my god, it's like a freaking kid. Look, kid, squirrel.
Yeah, that never happens. The moon never comes up. It's like a surprise every time. Will the moon arrive?
No, you don't understand. This would be a Kelly picture for the moon tonight.
Well, show
Yeah,
us,
I
Brandon. Don't just talk
If I
about it.
do, I'm gonna point. Okay, fine. Well, wait a minute. We'll give it a minute more to get up to the tree line because we're just looking at it through the tree line now.
Good lord.
You ain't got the moon.
No, but
I don't think you will be in Facebook.
I swear. Organized chaos, right? Organized chaos.
All right,
I
Hold
guess
on.
when I get the sauces, we're gonna get with come on.
hold it. Time out. Really?
He said Three Stooges. Couldn't help it.
And Daryl's not even here.
You got to bring Daryl next time.
Well, Daryl was supposed to have been here 2 weeks ago and chickened out. We talked to him this morning. You know where Daryl was? Laying under the cotton picker.
Somebody's got to do it.
We didn't say he was working.
Larry. Oh, Kurt.
Well, okay. And how do you figure organized chaos?
We just witnessed it.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Where?
Let me show you, okay?
Oh,
So
by the way,
we got
on the way to
Brent.
supper tonight, did you see that
Brent
squirrel?
is organized. Nicole's
I'm not
organized. I'm
lying.
organized. This is chaos over here in this little box right here. This is chaos, little box. 3 organized, 1 little chaos over here.
Do what?
See what I'm saying?
See, Kelly, he's not the organized chaos. He's just chaos, and I'm the one who organizes him. I'm the
We're the
organized.
organized. He's the chaos.
No, what I was
Chaos.
talking about when you
All the
said
time.
squirrel. When you said squirrel, it made me remember we were running into Huddle House tonight before we did the show because we needed to eat. Because Bert and I we went to look at some organic corn at Ryan Brandon's this afternoon and then came here. And on the way to Huddle House, I'm doing 62 miles. No, I was doing 67 miles. Really?
So,
Anyway, this squirrel runs out underneath me, turns around and runs back in and did not get tired.
He was winded, but he didn't get tired.
Winning.
I wish that moon
Ridiculous.
would.
Okay, so are we gonna talk about this?
It's no hurry.
Are we going to talk about the what?
I'm serious. I swear.
The what?
Are we gonna talk about the sauce challenge?
Yes.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
gonna talk about it, or you want me to talk about it?
You talk about it.
Huh? Okay, so last week, I think it was last week, that Derek had Henry on, and they were talking. And as Derek was interviewing him, he was eating wings that had sauce on it from Ed Curie from Pucker Butt Company. How many times can you say that in a row? And so we were watching it, and every time he got more money, he ate a wing that was hotter. And so then, of course, you know, he's like, well, if we get to this much, I'll eat the hottest sauce on this wing. And so my friends go in and they donate like $280. All he needed was 50. So he gets the money. He goes from $250 to $800 in less than an hour because people want to see him eat this stuff and be in pain. So Matt was like, wait a minute, how does he get to train and I don't? And I thought, ooh. So now we're going to have Brent against Matt and see who can last the longest without taking a drink in between each single wing. And then we're going to up the ante. So every time they eat a wing, people have to donate more money.
Can we add Bert to that?
If he wants to.
Oh.
What a step.
It's going for Feeding America.
He's like, sure, okay. All right. You better let him know how hot this is.
I have no problem. Him and Matt and Melissa are gonna have some fun.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So we're gonna try and do that. I don't know, next week or the week after. It just depends on our corn harvest. So, and depends on when I get the sauces here. And then we'll raise money for Feeding America by doing it live on here to try and get them to basically eat this. And Derek was like, I need like 2 weeks of recovery because he was hurting so bad.
I know.
We're like laughing at his pain.
He texted me and
We
he
were
was like,
literally-
I'm still hurting. And it was like 2 hours after the show.
No, the next day he texted
Yeah.
me, he's like, okay, I want to do this, but I'm gonna need my insides to recover for about a week. And I was like, that's fine. So I mean, people love to donate money and they love to see the good fun. So we figured we could do this, and I can't eat the stuff since I'm on a strict diet. So in fact, I would just like to eat food. Right now I'm on liquids and mush, so I can watch them suffer. I may end up. Somebody said if you even like open the bottle, it'll clear a room. That's how strong it is. So I'm waiting to see this. This should be fun. And I think Brent needs to be like the master of ceremonies and be like, all right, gentlemen.
Now here's what I think we ought to do. Hold on. I got a little add on, and we need to talk to Derek about this. But I think whoever wins, the other contestants have to wear their favorite college jersey and hat for the next live after that.
Yes, please, Lord, that would be great. That'll be great. No, the loser has to wear. No. The loser has to wear. The loser has to wear that person's college that they went to. That's what we need.
And
I know
Bert just said, Kelly. Bert just said, Matt needs to get used to wearing Mississippi State Bulldogs jersey.
No, that's okay. It's the whole Alabama thing. It does not fly in this house whatsoever. But like I know, didn't Brent went? Didn't you and Derek both go to ASU? Yeah, so that's perfect.
There you go.
So if Derek wins, I think Matt should have to wear an ASU hat, and if Matt wins, then Derek has to wear a Tennessee hat, and I'll send it to him. I have no problem. I will buy him a Tennessee hat and send it to him. And then he's got to wear it all week long. I think that'll be fun. It's always fun,
Well-
especially when you're raising money. So yeah, we'll
Oh, it
definitely get that
absolutely
set
is.
up. And we'll get it set up to where, I still have to have Matt to combine corn the next day. So maybe we'll figure it out once we get rolling. We'll see how long we have. I don't know how many days. We've got like 575 acres of corn.
No, it won't. Dan just said that cab won't ever be the same.
I don't have to ride in it. I got my own tractor. Probably not. But I mean, it's for a good cause, and why not have some fun during all of this? And honestly, I can't believe how much money he raised. So I think we could raise more. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then Brent, the MC, could just antagonize him since he is an ASU alum. He's got to be rooting for his buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. And hopefully by then we'll be in the location that we've all been talking about, and that'll be even better.
Let's hope so, because I'm still waiting. I don't like to wait.
I know you do not like waiting.
I don't like to wait.
But here's the thing. You are the queen of waiting. You're married to Matt Griggs.
Yeah, true.
Well, gang, it's been a good night. It's time for us to all get out of here. Do you realize they're all sitting, every one of them is sitting in air conditioning?
I will be short.
Because we're smart.
In the
We're
meantime,
smart.
I have truly enjoyed watching Bert's shirt change from lime green to hunter green throughout this hour. Like it is like almost like an ombre, like just slowly the entire shirt, and only the buttons were waiting, and now it's like solid green. I've literally just been watching his shirt change colors, like one of those little trolls that you stick in the cold water and it changes.
Like a chia pet.
Love it. Lord help us all.
well,
Okay, I'm gonna go then, and
where did that come from?
The place is right, man.
Well, gang, it's been a great night. It's actually been a great night. I'm glad you guys all joined us tonight. Brent, as usual, Brent Adams of Fast Line, Fast Track. It's great to have you here tonight. Y'all check them out. We got tomorrow at 4:00?
4:00 Eastern. Come join us on the Fast Line or Fast Line Fast Track Facebook pages for Cheryl Scolas with the University of Wisconsin. And we're going to break down some harvest safety tips. So make sure you stop by and check us out.
yeah,
Kelly,
I need to have that
as
one.
always,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure. And for everybody, the queen of the queen there herself, Miss Honorable Nicole Zurcher. And on behalf of myself, Dan Morgan, and Bert Regan, you guys all have a great night. And we'll see you guys next week.
We better.
Bye.
Good night.